It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and I am in the neighbor's garden. Remember this one I did a few years ago, and every 6 months, whether it needs it or not, I come over here and do some maintenance. It's been 6 months, and you can see that we have some broadleaf weeds, which are typical in the winter. It is January in San Diego. And there's, the palm tree has some dead fronds on the bottom that need to be limbed up. There's a lot of detritus from this tree over here that is all over my rock. You can see also that my ribbon rock work is a bit askew, and I'm going to need to tighten that up. But you know what, guys? As far as the plants go, the only thing that I'm going to actually get in and do is resize these Crassula orbiculatas. These are too leggy and they're bugging me. That's it. And I can't wait for you to see how incredible this is going to look when I get it all done, just doing this. So the reason I'm resizing these is they've gotten a little leggy and they're not really in balance with the rest of the design. And Crassulas notoriously are really, really easy to manipulate and work with as cuttings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting pieces off of the plant that I want to reuse.
Does it matter where you cut?
It doesn't really matter where you cut. I'm looking to cut and allow myself just enough stem that I can stick it back in the ground and it'll stand up. That's where my head's at right now. So after I cut all the pretty top pieces off, now, okay, let's just talk about this. Could you leave it like this? You sure could. There's absolutely no reason why not. This plant is going to regenerate from beneath every cut that you made, and in a few months, it's going to look fine. But here's the thing. I'm a purist, and I don't like this look, especially in a front garden and in the front of the design. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out these ugly stems and trunks. And I did this not long ago, so there's not really much of a root system to worry about with this plant. It came out real easy. Didn't even need a shovel. Oh, it smells so good, this dirt. Okay, so I got these out. These can go in the garden of death. Oh, I got some ioniums with it, huh? I'll reset those too. This can go in the garden of death, or you can pitch it, dealer's choice, whatever you want to do. Oh, look at this. Look at all that detritus. I love this, though. I adore tidying up. It feels so good to just re-expose all the pretty rock work and just get rid of all that crap. Okay, so here we are. I'm just going to smooth the soil back out. And then I'm going to take the pieces that I cut and I'm going to stick them back in the ground just like candles in a cake. Where you stick them is completely up to you. I like to put them in like a flower bouquet, meaning real tight and compact. I don't really like leaving a lot of space between the plants. Look how easy this is. I'm going to limb this up a little bit. If your succulent stands up, you know you have done your job. And you know what? When you do this, oftentimes you've got pieces left over that you can gift to friends and neighbors, or you can move to other parts of your garden. But what's going to happen now, we don't anticipate any rain for the foreseeable future. So I'm not worried about these stems rotting. If you're concerned about that where you live, just harden these pieces off in the garage for a week or two before you replant would be my suggestion. But I don't worry about it, so I'm just resetting them. Water, like I said, we aren't expecting any rain. I'm not going to be putting any water on this garden for the foreseeable future. The ground is still a little bit damp from the rain that we had a couple of weeks ago here. And look at that. This is amazing. I guarantee you will never have more fun than getting outside and resetting your recalcitrant plants. Limb up any icky looking leaves and just literally just stick them wherever it looks good to you. Sometimes what happens is you discover a little, you go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Like, now that I've done that, I'm not loving these aeoniums. Now those are looking a little leggy to me as well. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to trim off pieces. Clean up detritus. And you know what? Because this stem is so hidden, I'm not going to rip the whole plant out either. That just feels too much like work.
You can hide the stem with.
Yeah, I can hide the stem. Look at the little air roots that have started growing on this too. All right, so I'm just going to take this, loosen up the soil a little bit with my handy dandy multi-tool, and pop this right back in front. See there? Look at that. And now it looks tight and compact and mucho mejor. Well, there, right? Love it. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to pull weeds, and I'm just going to tidy up rocks, and you aren't going to believe how great it's going to look just after those few little changes. Voila! It's amazing what an hour, a multi-tool, and some elbow grease can do for a 6-month-old, overgrown, detritus-ridden, weed-infested succulent installation. As promised, I didn't manipulate any of the plants at all other than to just deadhead, with the exception of the crassulas, which I reset, and one other plant, this Crassula argentea. Once I got these other crassulas reset, I realized it looked a little funny, so I pulled that out, cut it off, and set it back in the ground too. And I also limbed up the Dazzlerian longissimum over here and pulled all the weeds down the side. But short of that, and resetting the rock that was a little out of place, that's it. And it's a wrap for another 6 months at the neighbors. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting from the neighbor's garden with 6-month maintenance and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.